Hey traders, let's take a look at a few trades that we took this week. So let's try and make it one card. Okay, so on the daily time frame, you can see the price has swept sell-side liquidity, and I was expecting it to mitigate some sort of opposing balance to come down to this 4-hour bullish extreme OB before looking for buys. So right here, as price came up to this 4-hour bullish OB, 4-hour bearish OB, there's a order block here, right? So I entered somewhere around here. As you can see, I got stopped out, right? Yeah, but my risk was only less than 0.5%, so it's fine, right? Yeah. So in fact, price was actually heavily bearish. So when I got stopped out, I was instead looking for sells, right? Or in fact, actually no, I was waiting for price to hit towards the extreme zone first. So the reason why I took buys at this premium zone, right, which I technically shouldn't be doing, yeah, because we are still in this 4-hour bearish OB. I mean, we have mitigated it, but actually price just came up here to mitigate or take out all the stop losses here before dumping all the way down, right? So this, thankfully this bearish OB held, right, because this is a week, right? So actually bearish scenarios are present, right? So the reason why I entered here and not here is because price didn't really tap our 4-hour bullish OB, so I thought price is gonna head upwards and continue in its uptrend. So I guess this is the most recent POI that price will tap into, and before pumping all the way up, right? So this is not the case, right? In fact, price came down all the way to the extreme zone. So now so we don't really have to care about this OB here, right? So the main point is this extreme zone, this 4-hour bullish OB, right? As price came down here, I identified change of character, and then there's a retest. So during the retest itself, I really wanted to see a 4-hour bullish short-term being created, but as you can see, there's no bullish parallel gaps present, right? No bullish parallel gaps. So price is simply doing mitigation of opposing imbalance, which is the 4-hour bullish OB, and then a simple retest. So afterwards I look for sells, right? So yeah, let's go 30 minutes here. So this is my exact positions, okay? Yeah, so okay, let's identify this 1-hour bullish OB. So I entered around this area. I entered when price retested a little of this. I don't know if I really identified this bullish OB. Yeah, but anyways, I guess I was really fortunate to have my stop loss here. Right, it almost tapped, but I didn't. Right. Yeah. So I did identify this 30-minute bearish OB. Right. As it came up here, swept all this liquidity. Right. So all these highs have been swept, right? So people who place at SL slightly below me, they all get taken out, right? So yeah, so price just ran, price just shot all the way down. So when price shot all the way here, I took full profit, right? So it was a 1:3, right? So in fact, it could have been well, it's always the could have, right? We're in here. Okay. So let's see. Right. So I guess this would be the perfect TP. Right. 1:7. Right. Could be 1:7. Right. Yep. So instead it was 1:3, roughly around there, right? So yeah, I guess this has already been mitigated. We can look for price to really hit downwards, right? So in general, this daily bullish OB has already been mitigated. So we have to look towards the left, which I already identified that there's a swing low, right, which we could target. So price headed towards that area. Okay, yeah. So that's for Bitcoin. I guess what I could have done better was to just wait for more confirmations. So wait for actual traders to be taken out, right? So mitigating this is just one part. Then coming to the low time frame price action, right, we really have to look for traders to be taken out. Yes, so in order for you to do this, you have to be patient in spotting that price action, right? So yes, after 1 hour has been mitigated, your opposing imbalance has been mitigated, right? It will pump up, right? You use this 1 hour bullish OB as a catalyst to pump up to take out traders, right? Take out traders who are, you'll trap traders who are going long, and you take out early sellers who put their SL below this highs, right? So buys also get trapped because as price shoots up and comes back down, you're trapped, right? The stop loss is below here, so price will eventually take out stop loss. So you'll take out both sellers first, then buyers stop loss, right? So yeah, move that scenario play out, right? So of course there's buyer stop loss here, buyer stop loss here also. So all the stop losses will be taken out, right? As price hits down, as price hits down, people will take profit. So price will head up. But then of course price action has not really done its job, right? So you just dump down all the way, right? So yeah, this is how we can read price. So I guess see this week, this long doji week is pretty scary. Yeah, because I thought price is gonna continue heading upwards too, right? After showing this long doji week, this long rejection to the downside, but eventually price still went down, right? So I guess yeah, to trust in your analysis of take out traders. Yeah, so I guess it's really hard for us to find POI to enter on. Maybe creation of this 15-minute bearish fair value gap. Okay, but I guess there really isn't any imbalance left, right? Opposing imbalance left for us to be scared of, right? Let's see, it's not that long week, right? I guess it's to mitigate this imbalance. So after mitigation, price came up, right? But that's how it will go, right? Because price is really bearish, right? So price did its final job of mitigating this 5-minute bullish OB. Yeah, so that's for Bitcoin. Okay, so yeah, Bitcoin really have to wait for traders to be taken out first, right? So yeah, I guess I was slightly impatient. Okay, now for gold. Okay, for gold, this is the main thing that we're looking at. So let's go into the daily. We have tapped into the daily bearish OB. So yeah, let's see. So this daily bearish OB, of course, is also made out of many smaller time frame order blocks and fair value gaps, right? So here I identified 50 minutes. Okay, so you can see, I guess it's high, right? So price came exactly to this high, right? So I know this line seems like pretty skeptical, but it just so happens that it hits this line, right? And it taps into the daily bearish OB. Okay, anyways, it's not really the main point. Main point is we tap into this small bearish OB. Okay, and when price retested, same as Bitcoin just now, there isn't any bullish short-term being formed. There isn't any 4-hour bullish fair value gap being formed. So this is just simple retest and dump. Right, so pretty predictable price action. Okay, so yeah, price on gold could also pump up also, right? We don't really know. Okay, so we really have to look for this break of structure to see whether price will actually break upwards. If not, our bias will be heavily bearish, right? Right, so yeah. Right. Also looking at DXY is if I were to look at this price action, right, I would have think that DXY will dump. Right, as you can see from this huge wick, right, I would have thought that DXY would dump all the way down. Okay, but because it has already mitigated the 4 bullish OB ones, so I thought it would dump. Right, but in this case, it didn't happen, right? Yeah. So in this case, it pumped. Yeah. Okay, we can compare it side by side. Actually. I guess both dumped at the same time. Yeah. So in this odd case, gold is following DXY. Okay. So yeah. I guess today's exceptional. Yeah. Today's an exception. Today's an exception. So yeah, today's slightly different. So anyways, price came up. Again, I was looking for some sort of imbalance to be taken out. So yeah, as price hits downwards, okay, I was slightly late to the price action, right? Price has already dumped down a bit, but I was still patient, right, in waiting for price to give us the retest. So price headed to the extreme OB to mitigate it. Okay, as you can see on the 1 hour, right, yes, price has mitigated this 1 hour bullish OB. Okay, but there is still way more imbalances for it to be mitigated. Okay, in order for this crazy price action to happen, right? So in order for the price action to happen, right, most of the time price will be, for this price action to work out, there needs to be liquidity. So price will need time to generate liquidity, and also to be very near the Q zones, so that there's more traders, which means that there will be more liquidity, right? So at this point in time, it is still in between the end of Asian and start of London session. So liquidity hasn't really stepped in yet, right? So yes, price came to mitigate this extreme zone, this extreme opposing OB, and it came up. Yeah. So going to the 30 minutes. Okay, on the 1 hour you can see. Yeah, on the 4 hour no. On the 1 hour you can see there's a 1 hour bearish OB, right? But I identified this 30-minute one. Yeah. See. Yeah. So technically, price tapped into the 1 hour OB. You can also say tapped into 1 hour OB. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. Inside of this 1 hour OB is also made out of the 30-minute bearish OB, which I drew out. Okay. So anyways, price came out to this zone, and that's where I really look for sell positions, right? So when price came down to this level, I really wanted to take sells right here at the bottom, because I saw that this 1 hour bullish OB has been mitigated. So price probably will use this as a price will probably dump all the way down. That's what I thought. But no, right? It actually retraced, right? So I guess it retraced to the breaker block, and also to the overlap of the breaker block and the 1 hour bearish hollow block, right? So yeah, it actually came up here. You can see it kind of took out all the early sellers and trap buyers who are on the wrong side of the market, right, which is the same as gold. Sorry, same as Bitcoin just now. Okay, so on the 1 hour it's a simple tap, right? But on the low time frames, you can see that there's many highs that traders like to put their stop loss near, so yeah, they will be taken out, right? So I didn't really wait. Okay, when price hit near this area, right? When price tapped and came down a bit, I entered, but I placed my stop loss above here, right? So could it have been better? I guess, yeah. Looking on the low time frame, so once it tap, right, I really have to look to the low time frame to see how price action will play out. Okay. Okay, no imbalance. So I guess the 5 minute is what we look to. Change your character here on the 5 minute and retest. That's it. So best optimum entry will be here, this zone, right? So yeah, when price hits to this area, yes, a lot of traders have been taken out, but price can still come up once again to take out even more traders, which is what I experienced last time, right? Yeah, gold is really manipulative. So in this case, kind of manipulated it once, right? But if you were to trade on the higher time frame, you won't really see this manipulation, right? But you'll never know. Maybe on the higher time frame, tap once, and then price will come up to sweep all these highs, right? So for today, price only, I guess, manipulated once, right? So in order for us to know whether the manipulation is done or not, we will really have to wait for low time frame mitigation, right? We have to look for our low time frame entry model, indication of low time frame balance, change of character, then retest the extreme order block, which is this order block right here. This is the extreme already, right? So yeah, price just dump all the way down, right? So what I did, okay, I didn't hold all the way. What I did is, as price headed down here into partials, okay, as price came down, broke here, I entered for another trade because I know that yeah, so you can see, yeah, my psychology is still very weak, right? So I took, here it's like TP1, and I took profit at TP1, right? As it came down, I knew that my bias was correct already, so I entered for another trade here, sell position, price reaches a bit, dump down all the way, and probably took the profits here, somewhere around here, okay, or this area, somewhere around this cluster, right? Where as you can see, a lot of people are taking profits here, right? So yeah, price continue to dump down even more. Yeah, crazy price action, man. So where did it dump to? It just filled the entirety of the daily bullish 5-minute gap. So yeah. It just dumped down. Yeah, really crazy price action. So I guess if I were to like help my positions all the way from here to here, I will pass my prop firm already, right? Yeah. Yep, I will pass my prop firm, but now I'm still left with like 1.2% till passing phase 1. So yeah. Yes. Okay, how long was it till this price action play out? This price action took 1 hour 15 minutes for it to play out. Yeah. So yeah, when there really isn't any opposing balance here, right? At the current point of interest that we are looking at, right? You dump all the way down and mitigate all these imbalances on the left side. Okay. So the main thing is, I guess, for this trade, yes, I did wait, but I guess I can wait for this low time frame entry model to play out, and also to hold trades for a longer period of time. Yeah, that's the two main points. And yeah, okay, almost forgot. On UJ, I didn't enter, right? Because okay, as price, I was at around this position, right? So I wouldn't have been taken out, okay, because price would have dumped all the way here. But but anyways, I think I took a trade on UJ, but I exited because I don't think it was favorable. So anyways, as price headed down to this area, right, as it was dumping down, I took I didn't enter for any sell positions because on gold it was also dumping, right? So if I had to take both sells, it will be trades that are in opposite directions, trades that are in the same direction but the pairs are inversely correlated, so it would be pretty dangerous. But in this case, gold, USD, JPY and DXY dumped, right? So all three dumped. So yeah, I was happy I didn't take this trade, right? And also this trade was also followed by yen, which is heavily bullish, right? So in this case it's this news, right, which technically can't even be found on the calendar itself, right, but on Twitter, on X, so budget size exceed means bullish yen, right? So yen bullish, DXY bearish, so you dump down. So I guess I undump to this area, sweeping this liquidity zone before pumping up. So I didn't take this trade, which I guess was good.